Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 as Real Madrid. So we're going to be taking on Sevilla today while Barcelona visit Las Palmas. A little bit of a recap just now in terms of how the league's going. We are 3 points behind Barcelona, having had a horrible run of away games. We lost our last 3 away games, 3-0 at Valencia, 2-1 at Espanyol, having led, and 3-0 against Bilbao. So really absolute horror show of away games we have. Sevilla, Chelsea and Celta Vigo going to be in the episode today. Celta Vigo in away game, so that's a test for us, which, I mean, last season we were absolutely unstoppable early on. We won the first 18 games or so last season, and a hell of a season for us. We lost Divock Origi and Cristiano Ronaldo this season, pardon me, to injury, and that has affected us, I would say, but we still should be able to beat the likes of Valencia and Bilbao, even in these away games. A little look now. Don't think there's anyone down there. Xabi Alonso, Bale and Casilla, I'm not sure if they're going to come in at all. Gareth Bale could play 60 minutes. I suppose we'll pop him on the bench for James Rodriguez. Let's have a little look at everyone. So, we're going to go back to the 4-2-3-1 formation. The 4-3-3 really worked early on, but I think it probably worked better because we had Ronaldo and Origi up there. The current lineup don't seem to be doing that well. So we're going to be moving Berardi back into that midfield role where I do see him playing more often. He's had a great season actually in there. We've changed him to that. He prefers wide right and can play up front when you start, but that midfield role's really suited him. Luka Modric is going to be coming off onto the bench for Toni Kroos. I'm actually going to bring Xabi Alonso on. In fact, I'm going to start Xabi Alonso. He's been the best midfield performer we've had, so I'm going to start him. He's earned it. Kovacic hasn't been that great. Asensio has played pretty well, so Asensio's going to start up there. He prefers the attack duty. Ugh, no, I'm going to leave him support. Kovacic is going to come off for Piaka, and wide right we're going to go with... do we go with we'll go with James Rodriguez. He is a good player and I expect to see him put in a shift. And if he doesn't, actually we can put Asensio attack now if they're going to support. And I'll put Kovacic. Will I put him on the bench? No, I suppose he just loses his spot. Jose Gaya can come off for Jetro Willems, who's been the best. Vallejo's actually been the best defender, but I'm going to leave him out just now. So we're going to go with this team. We're going to go with Keylor Navas, Hugo Lloris on the bench. Morata though needs a rest. Do I have a suitable alternative? No, not really. Okay, Morata, despite his need of a rest, is going to play. We're going to go with Navas, Danilo, Varane, Ramos, Jetro Willems, Alonso, Berardi, Rodriguez, Asensio, Piaka and Morata. And we're just going to hope we can get a good performance here. We really need a good performance because I've been disappointed by the fact that, you know, we've lost a lot of our power after losing Ronaldo and Origi, which is not good enough. We need to show that we have depth in the side here. So they've got Arda Turan and Franco Vasquez there as their main men. Bit of a weird formation, but I just expect us to be able to go and win this one. So let's tell the team to show some passion. We really need to come out after that Valencia loss, which was our last game, so we could still be rattled by that. I'm expecting us to play better here. Piaka with a nice switch to James Rodriguez. Overlap coming from Danilo. Could there be an early chance here to get it in the box? Danilo whips it in, deflected, but it's easily held by Pacheco. Good start though, a good signal of intent from the boys. Ramos not going into the book, which is good news for us. Couldn't have him on a yellow early doors. A lot of the players actually looking kind of tired just now, and we have the Chelsea game coming up soon. Already secured first place in the group, I think, so we might rotate for that Chelsea game. Make sure everybody's fit for Sevilla, as Danilo finds James Rodriguez, who needs a good game today. Scoops it out to Jetro Willems, takes on his man, whips it in back to James Rodriguez, who gets a goal. He's playing for his shirt here. He's on the transfer list, but if he comes in and has a good run of games, can stay fit and he can pop up with some goals and some really good performances, he could earn his way back into this side. He is a good player, I do like him. He's just been too injury prone and that's why he finds himself on the transfer list. But the offers we've received from him have been like 12 million. It's been really pathetic stuff, so there's no way he's going for that price. As it's knocked forward and dealt with by Varane, but only as far as Dos Santos, who finds Vasquez. Back to Dos Santos as they come forward central here. Arda Turan, and it's in for Franco Vasquez, who levels it up. And that's the kind of thing that wouldn't have happened to us last season. Last season, we get the early goal, we're in control, and we would have just locked the game down. There's no way somebody would have come back. But there, they've just walked through this, ripped us open, and scored the easy enough goal. Ramos now is in the book, and he joins Danilo in the book. Something to worry about. And the performance is something to worry about as well. It's particularly Asensio and Morata, actually. So I'm going to give them at both barrels, because they haven't been good enough. Ramos is going to come off for Vallejo. Danilo can't really be replaced. Vallejo can kind of, no, I'm going to leave Danilo, but I'm going to tell him to ease off the tackles a bit, because he has been obviously booked. I'm going to bring on Isco for Asensio as well, and he can drop back to just being supporting up there. Not a good performance from anyone really. Xabi Alonso's playing pretty poor as well. I'm thinking about maybe Gareth Bale coming on, possibly even as a striker for Morata, but good tackle from Piaka there, good intensity from him. But Morata's played really poor, but he did need a rest before the game. Danilo with a throw to Alonso. I don't think Barcelona are playing at the moment. Let's have a look. No, I don't think they are. Berardi now. Lots of space, pings it out to Jethro Williams, who's looking for Piaka to go, plays it to Piaka. Can he get a ball in? It is a good ball in. James is there, can't win it. It is a penalty though. James Rodriguez was pushed by Pedro Bigas, and it will be James Rodriguez to take the penalty. A goal here, and he's really starting to make me think. Come on, James, you have to convert this. This could be for your career, son. Just waiting for the referee to give the okay. Here we go, James Rodriguez for 2-1, scores off, you're not saving that, right into the top of the net there, lovely. His first 2 goals of the season, he's played excellently. Now we're going to tell them assertively to concentrate. We can't have the what happened last time happening again. Varane's looking really tired out there, interestingly. Oh, here's Munoz now for Arda Turan, back to Munoz, he'll come inside to Lucas. Lucas to Dos Santos. This is kind of what happened last time. They just played it right through the middle of us here. As Dos Santos forward to Vasquez, round the corner for Iborra, plays it in. Arda looks very similar, but it is offside. Okay, there's an argument here for changing the tactic a little bit. We'll do it probably about 75 minutes and try and lock the game down. Come on. I need James Rodriguez to get through 90 minutes now if I'm going to change the tactics. I've gave them enough time, I think, to get me another goal, so we're going to take off. Let's see, we can, well, see, I don't know now. Who could we bring in? We could bring in Rugani for, we'll do Rugani for Morata. That's what we'll do. And we'll play Piaka as a striker. We'll go the 2, in fact we'll go with that. We'll go with the 5-3-1-1 there. Pretty defensive, but we do need to lock this game down. Highly structured, more defensive, bit deeper, waste some time, stay on your feet, more discipline, stick to your positions, no overlaps. We're going to make Williams and Danilo defensive. So we're just going to make sure we tighten up, calmly tell them to do that, tighten up and make sure we see this game out. It's not exactly the thrilling style we were used to from last season, but we have to get the win here. Last season we would have just battered them 5-0 and had no reason to lock it down. But Dos Santos now playing it to Mercado, pushing out to him, but Dos Santos again. Can he get it into the box? Will he have to go back? We're pressing really, really well here actually. We could nick it. Isco does nick it. It's forward for Piaka. Can he wait for support? He's going to go himself, isn't he? He is going to go himself. He could have waited for support, and the less said about that, the better. It was an absolute scuff. Easily wide of the goal there. It looks to me like we should be seeing the game out. The last couple of minutes we'll just completely focus on the defensive side of the game. And that should be that. Isco delivering the ball into the box, headed on by Rugani, but Pacheco turns it wide, and that'll be it. That'll be 2-1, I think, for Real Madrid. Both goals, James Rodriguez, definitely give me something to think about. Isco won't take the corner. It is over at 2-1. I'm probably going to tell the lads that it was a good win. I'm not going to tell them it was poor or anything like that. We played okay, 17-5 shot count. Really, we weren't battering them or anything, but we did okay. And obviously we're just going to send the assistant to that. Barcelona with a 2-0 victory. Easy as it gets for them. What about the next games? They're playing Levante. Great. When we go to Celta Vigo. So that's a tricky thing. We definitely need to make sure we can win at Celta Vigo, because Barcelona will beat Levante at home. There's no doubt about that one. So we need to get the victory next time out against Celta Vigo. They've been playing pretty poorly. They're down in 16th place there, but they are a good side. They don't have Gudetti anymore, which is good, because Gudetti is, for some strange reason, a threat in this game. Southampton wanting 77 million for a player. Alright then. Chelsea, yep, we're ready to go attacking on Chelsea. This will be an interesting game actually to see how the players play against a good side. The rotational players, that is, how they play against a good Chelsea side. We did annihilate this Chelsea side at Stamford Bridge. How is this Claverson lad? Let's take a look at him. Yeah, he looks like he could be something. Looks pretty fast. It's interesting. Worth keeping an eye on him, at the very least. Let's get some more reports on him. Let's get 3 months of reporting on him, because he looks pretty good. Sun, Leko and Zivkovic. I'll scout Zivkovic, but not the other two. Okay, so it is game time again against Chelsea. Let's rotate a bit. We'll bring in Vallejo from the start. We will bring in Rugani as well. I'm not sure why they don't go away properly. There we go. We'll bring in Isco for Asensio, because Asensio really let me down in that last game. He's moaning for a contract and then he plays like that. I'm afraid that's unacceptable. Morata no longer needs a rest, which is interesting. Toni Kroos in for Xabi Alonso. Alonso losing his bench spot to Kovacic. Varane's going to be taken out completely, as Carvajal will come in, and Hugo Lloris will come in for Keylor Navas as well. And that, I think, will be the squad. Yep, that'll be the squad. Berardi can play this game, and I'll bring Kovacic in for the Celta Vigo game, and we'll probably start Gareth Bale. We'll give Gareth Bale some minutes here, but Jesus, look how defensive that is. Whew. We'll probably bring in Gareth Bale for the game against Celta Vigo. Not sure about it, but we probably will. And we'll give him some minutes here. But that being said, if James Rodriguez has an absolute cracker of a game today, then we might well leave James Rodriguez in. It just depends how he actually gets on today. Gareth Bale is a pretty good performer for us. He hasn't been as good as I think he can be, but he's short on fitness at the moment, coming back from an injury, so not sure if we throw him right in. Carvajal with a header away. Berardi will pick that one up. He should be able to look long for Morata, but nope, he's going to keep going, but loses it to Christensen there. Doesn't have any options ahead of him, Christensen. He goes back the way to Chambers, who's playing for Chelsea now apparently, as Oscar finds David Luiz. David Luiz looking for a Pedro run. He's not going to get that. Goes wide to Hazard, who is closed down. He scoops it forward for David Luiz, who's continued the run. He shoots, it's blocked and away. But that's clearly going to be their game today, getting it forward to Hazard, drawing our attention to Hazard, and then a player like David Luiz keeps running forward. Toni Kroos has picked up a knock. We'll just leave him to see if he gets back to fitness there. Oh, free kick for Berardi. Scores. Lovely free kick from Berardi. 9th goal of the season, playing in that central midfield position. Excellent stuff from him. He's really shaken off that poor start he's had to his Real Madrid career. When he was playing wide right, he really was ineffectual, didn't do much, but been moved into that midfield position, he really has done well. I'm very pleased with how that experiment's turned out. Yep, we'll tell the players that they're doing well. Kroos will come off because he has a booking, and I'll bring Kovacic on for him. He can play a deep line playmaker, and I'm going to give Bale a half. Not really all that impressed by James Rodriguez today, but he played okay. It's not like he had a disastrous game. So he's certainly going to get an opportunity or two to earn his spot back after this, as Courtois claims a cross. Look at all the blue shirts back there. Whew. It's rolled out to Kante and Christensen and Chambers, and forward to Willian now. Willian playing it up to Pedro, who's come deep to collect the ball. Pedro now got Willian wide, but Jetro Williams nicks it. Lovely from him. Vallejo as well. Plays it back to Hugo Lloris. He will bring it out of the box and just casually pass it off to Rugani. Rugani looks forward to Bale. Easy ball through the middle of them there. You'd think they wouldn't be able to get forward that easily, but we have. Kovacic with a great ball out to Carvajal. He can angle this ball into the box. It's aimed in for Morata, and it's a lovely goal for 2-0. And Chelsea's defensive formation is undone. We look at the table, 15 points from 15 so far in the groups. Good performance, especially with the victories over Chelsea in both legs. Chelsea, interestingly, don't look that good of a team at the moment. They're playing Pedro as the lone striker, which is a strange one that I don't really get. Berardi to Piaka, he's got the overlap now. Berardi finds Isco. Isco finds the overlap. Great play. Can Williams poke it down the corner? Nope, he goes back to Kovacic. Kovacic can smack one here. Yep, over the bar. Line one up was the terminology I was looking for there. Still 2-0, controlling the ball, controlling the game. Nobody I really want to take off just now to preserve fitness. Everybody's fine to continue here. Berardi's looking a little tired, but he won't be starting the game anyway, I don't think. Jetro Williams I'll take off for Jose Gaya. I don't know what one of them will start. Williams will probably start, actually. He's been a cracking player since we brought him in. Jose Gaya's been good as well, but Williams this season has just looked probably a little bit sharper than Gaya, as Brummer comes on for Pedro. Let's have a look. 75 minutes gone. 14-5 shot count. We're definitely looking the better side here, as it's lumped long for Brummer. Brummer basically a one-trick pony, just got a lot of pace. Running at the defence, he's probably just going to blast one over. Yep, just wide of the post there from Brummer. He's a runner, but he's not good enough to be a Chelsea player. It's a bit of a strange signing by the eye, if you ask me. They don't really have a natural striker in any game that I've seen so far. When we've played them, they've had Brummer there, they've had Pedro there. Not really good enough. Not really got a Diego Costa, who of course just now plays for Atletico Madrid here. Rugani to Berardi, but it will be over just now. A 2-0 victory. Looking more assured than we did against Sevilla, which is strange since we played more of a rotational side today. But a 2-0 victory keeps us going perfect in the Champions League and sets us up nicely for the away trip to Celta Vigo that we're going to have to undertake just now. Dean Allen, man of the match, as the unders met, but he doesn't look anything special whatsoever. Toni Kroos's injury will keep him out 2 to 3 weeks, which is a damn shame. Celta Vigo have sacked their manager. Okay, so we'll be playing against the assistant probably, which is concerning a bit. We're going to have a little look at how Barcelona get on at Inter and how Atletico do in Belgium against Anderlecht. Let's see, Borussia Dortmund a 2-2 away at Southampton. Barcelona with 3-0 loss at San Siro against Inter. And Atletico Madrid with the 3-0 victory in Belgium against Anderlecht. But that is not brilliant from Barcelona's point of view. I certainly won't be losing any sleep if Barcelona go out in the group stages, but it won't be good for Spain in general. Still, I'd rather see them go out. Let's have a little look. Barcelona will be playing before we do, but I do suspect that they'll win that game rather easily. against Levante. We've got a very packed December coming up. We're away in Russia against Zenit before we play Alaves, but all that, of course, after the Celta Vigo game that we have to play just now. Having just sacked their manager, they worry me a little bit. We should be able to get the victory. We need to get the victory, frankly. We can't afford to go 6 points behind Barcelona. It'd be difficult to claw back, especially Barcelona being unbeaten at this point in the season, going really well. Not quite as well as we went last season, mind you, but they're also not going to have the Club World Championship or the Club World Cup to distract them. 2-0 victory for them over Levante. Let's have a little look actually. Oh, they have Riyad Mahrez, that's interesting. What's he listed for? 12.5. Let's scout him and see what the scouts think. That's a hell of a price. Rafinha's unhappy. Andre Gomez is listed, but he's not good enough. Suarez is actually injured at the minute with strained knee ligaments, and they're still doing pretty well. Coutinho, if we have a look at him, has not played many games, as I suspected. Definitely a waste signing him from Liverpool. 50 odd million as well. Mahrez, not a worthwhile signing apparently. 12.5 million though. Especially just for the angle of having an old Barcelona player. It'd be pretty interesting to sign him. I don't think we will though. No point really signing him unless James Rodriguez goes. Then I might consider it. Who gets there? Modric can get the spot back in the squad there, but Kovacic, pardon me, Kovacic will be playing in there with Berardi. Sergio Ramos, of course, missing out. Varane coming back in. It will be Varane and Vallejo in there. Let's see. Anyone else we want to change? I don't think so. Or do we want Bale? No, do you know what? We'll go with Bale for James Rodriguez. So it'll be Lloris, Carvajal, Varane, Vallejo, Williams, Kovacic, Berardi, Bale, Isco, Piaka and Morata. That'll be the side. So a little update on Ronaldo. He'll be out for 2 to 5 weeks still, and it will be 4 to 6 for Origi. So they should come back in January, both of those, and we'll be back to full strength. Where the question will be whether or not we go back to the 4-3-3 or whether we continue with our original tactic as we're playing just now. So Theo Walcott is the striker for Celta Vigo. That is interesting. That's very interesting. They also have Cancelo here from Valencia. They bought for 5 million. That's a hell of a signing. Correa, I presume, is a loan from Atletico. No, he actually plays for them. 12.5 million. That is a great fee as well. They've done pretty well in their financial business there. Plañas, they signed a couple of seasons ago. Yeah, they've done really well actually in their financial business. Walcott's putting in a decent shift, but it just doesn't seem to be working for them this season. Long may that continue. A bit harsh on the gaffer actually to be the one that brings in all these great players and then they just don't do it and he ends up paying the price. But such is football, sadly. So coming forward is Piaka. Hopefully we get a good early goal here. He's actually lost it to Madran. He's playing it out wide, but Carvajal covers Johnny very well there. Varane has to pick a ball forward, getting closed down pretty quickly there to Carvajal. Can he find a ball? Back to Lloris, that's decent. When in doubt, go back to Lloris. Lloris lumps it long, looking for Morata, who will cushion it down to Isco. Isco looking for some support. Here's Gareth Bale now, charging inside. He's not going to shoot, he's going to play it to Kovacic. Kovacic losing it to Madran, but Berardi picks it up. Morata plays it to Isco. He's got to go across the goalkeeper, and it's a good save by Sergio Alves, but he has to do better there, Isco. He was in here the whole goal to aim at, and he's hit the goalkeeper. But it's a good start, as Isco will swing in the corner, which will be headed away by Diaz. A good start though, a good start from us. Boss in possession, having some shots. Gareth Bale now in his own half, which is a little deeper than I'd like him. Berardi losing it though to Correa, who plays it to Walcott. Walcott forward for Johnny, he plays it into Correa. Walcott goes through, played in, shoots, scores. And once again, We're 1-0 down away from home. Terrible. Giving the ball away as well in their own half. Bale picking it up now. And it goes header away only to Carvajal. Kovacic, we need a quick goal back here. Carvajal to Kovacic, no way through. Isco, got to tee up Morata, got to score, he does. Morata, lovely. Great finish into the bottom corner, and that puts us level. We needed that there. We needed to get back into this quickly. If we allowed Celta to take a foothold at 1-0 up, that would have really would have shook us. Really would have shook us. Carvajal now with the throw, and it's actually shaking me a little bit. I thought we were kind of doomed there when we dropped the goal, but I'm pleased with the response. But Walcott coming forward, losing it to Carvajal now, scoops it over the top. Morata chasing, he's not going to get there ahead of Roncalia though. And Cabral will play it to Cancelo, up to Orellana as they casually play out of defence. Actually, Jethro Williams is skinned. He's got to go out there. He does. He beat Orellana, winning it again. And Lloris takes it. I thought that was going to be a goal there. Orellana just skinning us. I've looked at him for a couple of seasons and I still think he's a good option, but I don't know if he's ever going to make it to Real Madrid. I think he's a bit old now. Gareth Bale, lovely ball in to Berardi, plays it to Morata. Morata easily finds Piaka, takes it first time. That was a really poor effort by Marco Piaka there. Sergio easily catching it and rolls it out to Cabral. But I've not been overly impressed with how we played today. We're a bit scrappy. Berardi, oof! Nadran with a lunging two-footed challenge there has a clear red card, and a player who was playing really well for them, breaking up play, has been sent off, and we've got to take advantage of this. We have to win now, surely. Probably going in level at half time though. Carvajal going into the book. 14-2 shot count at half time, but 1-1. I'm going to encourage them by telling them that we're the favourites today. Piaka's played pretty poorly. Do you know, I'm tempted to try the 4-3-3 with Morata, Bale and Piaka. Do you know what? Yeah, I will try it. I'm going to bring Danilo on for Carvajal because he's on the yellow card there, but I'm going to play this tactic now. I'm going to go with the 4-3-3. Hopefully we can get it forward quickly. Piaka thunders a shot, blocked. Planias away, picked up by Jethro Williams. So the three up there should really stretch them. Berardi, Isco into Bale, lots of space on the left foot. Tees up Morata under the goalkeeper, lovely. The 4-3-3 produces the goal really quickly. 8 minutes gone in the second half. And we are 2-1 up. A game that we have to win to keep the pressure on Barcelona. 10 times as many shots as Celta Vigo though. We have been the better team. We just don't seem to have the cutting edge that we had earlier in the season. As Bale floats it in, Morata can't rise above the goalkeeper because he was being held back by Cancelo, who's actually in the book, but he won't be walking for that. It should be Morata to take this because he's on the hat-trick. Just waiting for the referee's okay, as Berardi actually is taking it. And Berardi thunders it beyond the goalkeeper, who waits until it hits the back of the net to actually dive. And 3-1. 10th of the season for Berardi. That should be us safe now. We're 2 goals ahead. We're against 10 men. We should be able to, turn on the style now as Danilo throws it, but it is headed away. Kovacic rising above Walcott, heads it to Berardi. Morata to Piaka. I'd like a Piaka goal actually. Berardi to Bale. As Radoja wins the ball from Gareth Bale. He'll play it to Vass and he should look forward. He does. Roncalia now. They're actually able to play it out of defence with 10 men. Plania scoops it long, but easy for Varane to intercept that. Berardi now coming forward, puts it to Morata. Morata scoops it out wide to Jethro Williams on the overlap, puts it in. Bale at the back stick, a lovely finish. And there is 4-1 at this point. Asensio will come on for Isco. And that'll be it for now. I think I'll bring Modric on for Berardi or Kovacic in a bit, but for now we're just going to go with it. 4-1. A little disappointed that we were level though until the man gets sent off. You'll always wonder if that was a turning point, but right now I'll take the win without asking too many questions. As Bale lines up the free kick for number 5. It's been a good game from him today, coming back from his injury. 4th of the season. 2 of them coming today, and it's in December already. He has had the injury, but he does need to pick it up a bit going forward. Nodiger on, there is a way though, as Orellana picks it up. You'd think they'd be looking to see this game out now. Plañas for Cabral. Into Orellana. Out wide Cancelo. Hopefully we can turn the screw here, but it is forward to Aspas. Surprised he didn't start the game. In on goal, and he pokes it under Hugo Lloris, and we concede against 10 men, which is disappointing to say the least. 5-2 now. Aspas, again, a bit of a surprise he didn't start, especially when he's doing stuff like that. But it will be Luka Modric coming on now for Berardi. And he'll actually switch positions with Kovacic. Just to give Modric 10 minutes and to give Berardi a little bit of a rest. Ball whipped in, but it is cleared away. Danilo will return it easily. Modric now playing it inside to Kovacic. He's going to help it on. Oh, he plays it out wide to Danilo. Danilo to Modric. Modric now for Asensio. Kovacic to Piaka and Morata, who's still hunting for that hat-trick. Piaka and Morata again. Out wide to Willems. Crossed first time. Bale's also on a hat-trick actually, and another penalty's been given. Second penalty of the game, and Celta also had a red card. Feels like we're getting a little bit of help from the referees today. And it will be Morata looking for the hat-trick. He steps up. Has to bury this, surely for 6. No, it's actually saved by the goalkeeper this time. Poor from Morata, but points are already in the bag. As well as a convincing victory and performance. Against 10 men, sure. But you can only beat what's in front of you, I guess. And it was a horror tackle that actually put them down to 10 men, so no controversy. Danilo on, Orellana down to Cabral. They're looking for a third. If they get a third here, I'll be pretty disappointed actually. Walcott now, out to Plañas. And Cabral. Orellana, Walcott making the run. Beats the defender. Lloris denies him though. Good save. But a little disappointed that 10 men are creating against us whatsoever. Orellana for Walcott. And Orellana, come on, just put an end to this. Offside. No offside against Walcott. Lloris has to make another good save. The defender's certainly not doing their job at looking for the offside trap there. Orellana's ball in is caught by Lloris. Commanding goalkeeping. It's a bit of a shame for him. He's conceded 2 goals. It's a bit of a shame for him. He's conceded so many goals this season. We've been leaky at the back, to say the least. Cabral giving away a foul there. 1 minute here. Modric now to deliver this in. Orellana forward. Walcott's in, looking for... there it is, a third goal for Celta Vigo. Disappointing, we're just going to sleep there. It really is poor. I shouldn't have to tell them to concentrate at this point. Against 10 men, we should just bloody knock it about and see this sort of thing out. I mean, the win's never been in doubt here, but I'm really disappointed. It's a lack of professionalism, I suppose you would say. Plañas forward, headed on by Vallejo. Asensio picking it up. Out wide, but it will be over at 5-3. Yep, there it is, 5-3. I suppose it's been a good episode, you'll say. I'm not going to be too harsh on them. We'll tell them it was a good win, although I'm very disappointed. I mean, Lloris... Look at Lloris, 4.7 average rating. Whew. That is an absolute stinker, especially when he's trying to compete with Keylor Navas for that number 1 shirt. Yep, let's actually... We're not going to... No, you're not going to... What? Vallejo wants to treat the club like a stepping stone. No interest in being a hot prospect. Extremely interested in being a backup. Okay, we'll let him be a backup player. We will give him a new deal, I suppose. I'll give him 70 a week, 5-year deal, 64 release. I like all of those. Loyalty bonus is a bit high, as is the agent fee. Put them both down at 1.3. And there we go. New deal for Vallejo. Happy with that. So we're leaving off in terms of league exactly where we were. 3 points behind Barcelona, but we have won an away game for the first time in quite some time. We need to be able to carry that on. Next time we will be playing against Zenit and then Alaves. We'll probably play those 2 games. It'll be a bit of a shorter episode next time. We're still scoring goals, but we're in a bit of problem at the back, leaking goals. But it's been a really long episode, so I'm going to cut this outro a bit short now. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and you come back next time to see the games against Zenit and Alaves. Cheers, guys.